Imagine a world where your most precious memories, the
Yeah.
things that really make you you, weren't just in your head. Imagine holding them, like actually holding them in your hand.
Yeah, like little translucent things. And
Oh.
what if you could trade them? Swap out a bad one, maybe, for someone else's joy.
Exactly. Weave it right into your own past. That's what we're getting into today. We're exploring this incredible story, The Memory Merchant.
It sets up this future where memories are literally commodities. You can buy them, sell them, trade them.
But it's more than just a sci-fi concept, isn't it? It uses this idea to look really closely at grief, at happiness, and, what even is our identity.
Absolutely. That's our goal here, to unpack what memory exchange really means. Not just how it works in the story, but the emotional stuff, the big philosophical questions.
Like what actually makes up your personal truth, and who do you become if your past isn't set in stone anymore?
So as we go through this, maybe think about that for yourself. What defines your experiences? Could someone else's happy memory really fix the deep hurt?
And what would you be willing to part with or gain if memories were actually up for sale?
Okay, so let's jump in. We first meet Elena.
Right, Elena?
Yeah.
She's deep in grief 3 years after losing her daughter, Sarah, and she clings to this one memory, Sarah's 8th birthday, the last one.
The story calls it a sacred wound. It's clearly something she both treasures and is tormented by.
And she goes to this place, the mnemonic exchange.
Yeah, the shop. And the description is great. It smells like lavender, but also something metallic.
That metallic scent, yeah. It's like the leftover scent of extracted memories. Very evocative.
And the guy who runs it is Marcus, the memory merchant himself.
He sounds fascinating. Part therapist, part dealer.
Part mortician, the story says, which is kind of chilling. And he has these scars on his arms.
Little circular ones, like
Yeah,
cigarette burn.
Exactly. Each one apparently marks a memory he's extracted and sold. He's lived this trade.
Wow. So how do these memories actually look?
They're described as these translucent marble-sized things. And you can apparently see flickers of movement inside them, like watching a movie through frosted glass.
You can almost picture it, holding that little ball of light and seeing Sarah's birthday inside.
And how they value them is really interesting, too. It's both art and science.
So the clearer it is, the more emotional weight it has, the higher the price.
Precisely. It creates this whole economy based on, well, feelings and experiences. Makes you think, doesn't it, about what we value.
It really does. And the types of memories, pain memories, are valuable. That seems counterintuitive.
Well, the story suggests they're used to help people process trauma, maybe by experiencing someone else's pain in a controlled way.
Huh. Okay. But happiness. That's the premium product.
Harder to come by, more expensive. Yeah, you see examples in his shop, right? Like glass cases displaying them.
First kiss, age 16, intense. Wedding day, moderate joy, some anxiety. Child's first steps, pure elation. It's like a catalog of life's big moments.
But the fact that pure happiness is scarce, what does that tell us? Maybe we hold on to joy tighter. Or maybe it's just genuinely rarer in life.
That's a heavy thought. And Elena is right there facing that choice. She's thinking about trading that Sarah memory, the perfect maternal love, no trauma contamination.
For what?
Something happy, something that doesn't hurt. It's completely understandable.
And Marcus, being the merchant, has just the thing, a special memory.
Not from someone who died, though. It's a college graduation.
Yeah, from a woman who gave it up willingly because, and this is another twist, she felt too much happiness was making her present feel dull, gray.
Wow. So she wanted to make room for new joy. That's a whole other level of managing your emotional landscape.
It is. But Marcus gives Elena this crucial warning. It's not just like deleting a file.
It's permanent. He makes that very clear.
Once you trade, there's no going back. Your daughter's birthday will be gone. Forever.
And the new memory, the graduation.
You'll remember it like it was yours. Your brain just weaves it in. It rewrites your history.
So it's not just forgetting, it's replacing. That really hits the core of identity, doesn't it? Maybe our sense of self isn't this fixed thing we think it is.
Maybe it's more like a story we're constantly editing. That's a huge implication.
So Elena's grappling with this massive decision. But the story widens the lens then, right? We meet someone else involved in this world.
Yes, we shift focus to Victoria Ashford. She's on the other end of the spectrum. Not selling memories out of grief, but collecting them.
A wealthy collector. And her place is described as a museum of human experience.
Literally. She lives in this penthouse filled with other people's memories. Amazing stuff.
Like what kind of things does she have?
First kisses from the 1940s. Imagine that. Jazz clubs in Prohibition-era New York. Even seeing the first TV broadcast.
Wow. Stored how?
In climate-controlled cases. Organized by era, emotion, intensity, it's a collection worth millions. She's basically lived 1,000 lives vicariously.
But there's a catch. There has to be a catch.
Oh yeah, a big one. Despite experiencing all this, the story says she's slowly losing her mind.
How so?
Her dreams are just a jumble of other people's lives. She can't easily tell which memories, which experiences are actually hers anymore.
That's the collector's paradox right there.
Yeah.
Having everything but losing yourself in the process. It's kind of tragic.
It really highlights the need for authentic lived experience. You can't just passively consume joy or meaning, it seems.
And the story points out her specific problem. She can't generate her own happiness anymore. Her actual happiness collection is small and complicated.
Right. The very thing Elena is desperately seeking, simple happiness, Victoria has in abundance externally, but lacks internally.
And this is where their paths cross, because Marcus contacts Victoria.
He texts her about Elena's memory. New acquisition, mother's love, perfect clarity.
And that's rare, right? Parental love.
Extremely rare in the trade, apparently. Most people cling to that, even at their lowest. But Elena's is described as pure, just love, joy, belonging, exactly what Victoria lacks.
So what does Victoria offer in return?
Something incredibly personal, her own memory of her 7th birthday party.
Wow. Why that one?
She calls it the last purely happy day she could remember from her actual childhood. Before things went bad, before her parents' divorce, she had extracted it years ago but could never bring herself to sell it.
Her own anchor to happiness. That's a huge sacrifice.
It is. And Elena's sister, Ruth, she voices that concern. Like, you can't just give away pieces of yourself, which is probably what most of us would think.
But Marcus pushes back.
Yeah, he argues that for some, this isn't about losing pieces, it's about survival. The difference between living and merely existing.
And he tells Elena that since she doesn't remember her own 7th birthday anyway, Victoria's memory would just fill a gap, an empty space.
It's a rationalization, maybe, but it sets the stage for Victoria's arrival.
She shows up looking elegant, but haunted.
Haunted eyes, yeah. And she's brutally honest with Elena.
What does she say?
I want to remember what unconditional love feels like. I've been collecting other people's experiences for so long, I've forgotten how to live my own life. It's a raw admission.
She thinks feeling this pure love might help her love herself again.
That seems to be the hope. She's trapped by her collection, and she needs this genuine feeling to break free.
And Elena.
Yeah.
She makes a trade, inspired by her daughter's idea about love.
Yeah, Sarah's idea that love isn't something you keep, it's something you give away. So she gives this precious memory to Victoria. It's a massive leap of faith for both.
Which really makes you wonder, again, what is memory? Is it the factual event or the feeling it leaves behind? Elena seems to be choosing the feeling.
It seems so. So the trade happens, now comes the integration.
Right, the technical part. Elena's in a chair, Marcus hooks up electrodes, a neural interface.
He explains she'll be disoriented for a bit. The brain needs time to, file the new memory, adjust the timeline.
And the feeling of it.
Marcus says it's like remembering something you'd forgotten. Your brain builds context around it, the house, the people, the cake. It feels completely real because to your brain, it is real.
A total rewrite. And what does Elena experience?
She gets this memory. A house with yellow wallpaper, a kind woman, a man reading a paper her new parents in this memory. She's 7, pink dress.
And the feeling.
Just simple, pure, received love. Knowing she's cherished, her wish in that memory is just that every day could feel like that.
And the result for Elena?
Hope. For the first time in 3 years, the story says she has a genuine smile. It worked, on some level.
Meanwhile, Victoria, in the next room.
She's experiencing Sarah's birthday, this river of pure love, fierce protective joy, and she has this epiphany.
What does she realize?
That love wasn't something to collect or possess, it was something you became, a total shift from being a collector to maybe becoming a participant.
That's powerful, moving from consumption to embodiment.
Exactly. And the story jumps ahead 6 months to show the effects.
How's Elena doing?
She's changed. Sarah's memories aren't lead weights anymore, they feel like gifts. She's making room for new memories. Not erasing Sarah, but reframing her grief.
And Victoria? Did her realization stick?
Apparently so. Marcus reports she's learning, and get this, she started giving away parts of her collection.
Really? Why?
She says she wants to make room for her own experiences. She's actually shifting from collecting life to living it.
That's incredible growth. From hoarding experiences to making space for her own.
And then there's this final touching moment. Victoria sends Elena a gift.
Another memory.
Yes, but a different one of Sarah. From a teacher. Remembering Sarah drawing unicorns in her math homework.
A small thing, but
Wow.
an act of kindness.
Exactly, unexpected kindness. And this leads Elena to her final understanding
Which is,
that identity isn't just what you remember, but what you do with those memories. Whether they were originally hers or borrowed, they're all part of her story now.
and that wish from the 7th birthday memory. Does it come true?
In a way, yes. She tells her sister Ruth, like, it's my birthday, and she laughs. It signals this profound healing, this acceptance, that borrowed joy seeded something real.
So exploring the memory merchant really shows us that maybe our authentic self isn't as fixed as we think. It might be revisable.
Definitely. This possibility of trading memories, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Healing for Elena, almost self-destruction for Victoria, but ultimately leading both to renewal.
It suggests personal history could be fluid, that identity might be something we curate, not just something we experience passively.
Yeah, it pushes us to ask how much of us is tied to the actual facts of our past versus the emotional reality those memories create.
Elena found hope by swapping a painful truth for borrowed joy. Victoria found connection by giving up her vast collection for one feeling of love.
Which leaves us, and you, with this thought. If memories, the foundation of who we are, can be bought and sold, transferred, how much of yourself is truly set in stone?
And how much, like Elena and Victoria found out, is actually open to being rewritten? Something to think about.